What's good, everyone? Javier Lugo here. Semifinals of the Evansville Eternal Open. We're getting to the end. We're almost there. Today is November, or no, today is October 30th. And this event happened on July 12th, 2025. And today's October 30th. We have birthday wishes in order. Our guest commentary today is from Ben Tash out of the Louisville area with Through the Decades. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here. Excited to go over this match. Austin and I we've been kind of talking about this, just getting ready for it and being like, all right, what kind of grief we're going to give each other. See if we catch any misplays or any rules violations that we can give each other shit over for the foreseeable future. So we can be like, no, 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 you cheated me out of the win on this one, man. You're the scumbag today. So that's where we are on this.
Yeah, watching the tape can be it can be interesting, right? You can definitely see things that neither player kind of caught in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
So before we get into the match, your name was brought up to me. Obviously, we met at the tournament in Evansville, but your name was brought up because you ran into a buddy of mine at Eternal Weekend a couple weeks ago. Is that right?
Yes, I ran into Brian actually, and that I've got my life pad and my notes here from that as a like, hey, I need to mention this because I did run into him at Eternal Weekend round one of the 111 player uh, pre-modern main event, which was the showdown they had. Yeah, I ran into him round one. We were just kind of chatting casual. I was like, oh yeah, I was just playing. I'm really good friends with Hobby. Like, oh, okay then. Well, I will. So make sure to like notate this so I could mention this. So I was not, the scumbag was like, I don't know. There was this guy. He said he knew you. I wanted to look good here.
Yeah, Brian Stillwagon. So he did our maybe round four commentary, or maybe round two, but he's definitely did some commentary for this. But Brian Stillwagon's an awesome guy. I think he was on Broccoli Soup.
Yes.
You were on Enchantress. Were those close matches?
Um. So it went to three. I punted game two. To be completely honest, I forgot that I need to leave a wide up for a shadow creature that I should probably plow because I can't block it with all my enchanted creatures. He also had some really unfortunate draws game three, to be completely honest. I think he was stumbling for a while.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it was a fun match. I will say that much. I don't remember all the specifics. That was a long day and then a 8 hour ride back after I top eighted that event. So I was frazzled and my brain just wasn't entirely there. I wrote a report for the Enchantress Discord, but it was very loose, to be completely honest.
Oh, so you top aided the Eternal Weekend event?
Yeah, I top eighted that. Top eighted with Enchantress. I lost to a rock player in the top eight in a very close nail biter in three. I had to mull to four, unfortunately, and just couldn't get there.
What
It was
kind of
good
rock?
four, but
What kind of rock deck?
oh, it was old school pernicious deed rock. There was like a recurring nightmare or two in there. No survival. It was a very strange list to see in the top eight. No, no slight to the player, of course. I would never do that. But it was very strange to see that. But Pernicious Deed obviously, drinks my milkshake. So
Well, I loved it. I love to hear it. I mean, that's my kind of rock right there. But yeah, props to you. I didn't know you top aided Eternal Weekend. Awesome job. And I also didn't know you drove. I was thinking like you flew. Uh,
yeah, I actually rode in. Amusingly enough, I rode in with Nick, Cody, and Austin, who were all in. Well, Nick and Cody were in previous videos.
yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was Nick that played against your dad. Nick was the Ponza player that played against your dad on the five color domain play that deck, and then Cody was the elves player, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, that's a squad right there. I mean, what a
Yeah,
trip.
and
What a cool
uh,
event. I mean, I hear the best things of Eternal Weekend.
oh no, it was an absolute delight, and there actually is a funny story from the event. If you don't mind me going on
Yeah.
another tangent, I swear we can get to the match at some point. I actually played against Nick round one and Cody, if I remember correctly, round three, and I beat them both. So when Austin and I got paired, I looked at him and said, "I'm going to slap the shit out of every single person in your car," because they all three rode up together. So I was like, "Well, I'm just the car killer, or you get to redeem your boys." So either way, it's a great story.
Either way, either way. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the casualties of like, same team fire can be tough, but at the very least, like it's going to be a fun game and you can enjoy each other's company and I don't know. I think there's something okay about it. Um,
Yeah, of the first four rounds in the event, I played against actually three Louisville guys that got on stream. I also got played against Jamie, who was on the red green aggro deck. So I played against Nick, a mono blue dreadnought player that I did not know, then Cody, and then Jamie. So it was friendly fire 75% of the time until I top aided. So that was if I remember correctly, I actually came over to you and said, "Could you stop this, please? I'm tired of knocking my friends out of undefeated. Can we not do this?" And you laughed like you did. And
Louisville bringing the heat.
yeah, it was a great time. And I'll say this preemptively, I'll say it again later. We loved the event. The guys have talked about it. It's the best run event that any of us have been to out of town, to be completely honest. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Those are very, very kind words. I had a blast running it. That was my first time being TO. I feel like I know what a pre-modern tournament should look like, but execution is like a different beast. So thank you for that. I had help with Gaming Guild. They were an awesome, awesome store, and I'm hoping to run it back. So
Oh,
hoping.
we hope so too, because if you do it again, we will be making that drive again. Hands down.
Awesome. Well, with that, let's kind of get it started. So Ben, this is a semifinal match. You're in top four here, and the first deck that we're looking at here, this is Austin Zachary. He is also based out of Louisville, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, he's a buddy of yours. Do you know him to play Red Green Terraponza? Is that a thing?
He really does like this list, yeah, especially depending on what the meta was. He was hoping it was going to be a lot of like aggressive decks, goblins, and things like that. And if I remember correctly, he played against goblins two, three times in the 6 rounds. And then he also played against Jamie, who's on the red green, just a lot of aggro decks for him.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell if you look at the sideboard there, he has 3 Pyroclasm in the side, plus the 1 Pyroclasm main, plus an Earthquake. So he's ready for those creature matchups. So he had a pulse on the metagame, I'll be completely honest. And Nick, who was the red green oath player, obviously, was playing the exact same 75. They both came in with a plan, and yeah, it served them well, especially Austin.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he
obviously,
loves the deck.
yeah, yeah. I'll say smart metagame call. So we had 58 people there, and we did have a fair share of newer players, right? And what do newer players oftentimes gravitate to? Like your goblins, your Sly, just kind of creature-based decks, right? They like to play a creature early. Um, and it's perfect fodder for Oath of Druids. So
Yeah.
I think it was a great call by Austin here. Am I seeing the four factories? Does he have all four seasons? Is that?
Yes.
Oh, love to see it.
Yes, they are. Those are beautiful. Now, unfortunately, in his current list, he's not running these, if I remember correctly, because he's actually doing what you'll see what I've done with my list is trying to get as much of it Japanese as possible. Um,
Yeah, I was going to
so
comment on that. So Ben, we're looking here. This is the Enchantress deck that you brought, and I was going to say I'm seeing a lot of Japanese. Um, Okay, give me your big picture. Why did you decide to bring Enchantress to the Evansville Eternal Open?
uh, it's because I've had a lot of success with it at larger events. Actually, when I started playing pre-modern, seriously and locally, was like February-ish of this year is when I started with Through the Decades, which is feels like it's been a lot longer, I'll be completely honest. But I've been playing pre-modern like off and on before that, but I really started playing like in person around February or so. There was a larger event in Cincinnati-ish for a Mox Diamond that I was not going to go to. I had plans, and last second plans fell through. I'm like, screw it. I'm gonna go. The Through the Decades guy, we're talking about it. Um, and I split that event with Jamie, who was still on red green aggro. Now, amusingly enough, he looked at me because I'd driven by myself and I was dead tired. And his response later was, I split because I was worried about you making home safe if I made you play another 45 minutes of Enchantress. Like, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. That saved me a lot of trouble because it was oof. I was exhausted after that day. But we split the Mox Diamond, sold it immediately, took the cash and went home. So and I've just had a lot of success with it. In most of the large events I've played it in, three, four now. I've top eighted all of them, so it's something I'm very comfortable with. Um, I don't know. This is just where I put my reps, so that's why I like doing this. The Japanese versions of everything were an accident at first. I honestly was looking for some cards to be a little bit cheaper, and I found that some of them were just cheaper from Haruya. And so I just bought a bunch of Japanese cards. And then actually at the Cincinnati event, somebody looked at me and went, well, you clearly know what you're doing. Most of your cards are foreign. You, an Enchantress player isn't going to put all their cards in foreign if they don't know what they're doing. It's like, okay, fair. And then at this point, I'm a stickler for a theme. So
Yeah.
I will point out we had a community member actually blackboard some of the cards, the Sylvan Library and the Brushlands. The Brushlands Japanese do not come in black border, so I had to have somebody blackboard them for me. They look fantastic. You can't ever tell. Or even the seventh edition Sacred Ground over there, if you look at the far right, is also blackboarded. So
Yeah, that was going to be a question I had. I thought that was a sacred ground, but yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, aesthetically, the deck looks gorgeous. I am a relative noob with Enchantress. I have not piloted it in any heavy way. Is two Sterling Grove? Is that? I feel like I oftentimes like see three, or even maybe like four. Is that sort of a hot take to only run two?
Yes. Okay. So this is based roughly on Rich's LobsterCon list, which I have an old joke with some of my friends where if Rich Shea plays any deck, I'll try it out, of course. Now, I was on the Green White Enchantress Discord train before Rich did really well with it. Now, obviously, he's got reps in with it. The man has reps with everything, don't get me wrong. But it did make me laugh. I was like, oh, there we go. Finally, I'm on a deck before Rich is. Thank goodness. But I saw his LobsterCon list and it looked great. This is the same style. I did, if I remember correctly, he was on three Sterling Grove and one less Swords to Plowshares. Um, my local meta tended to skew a little more aggro, so I wanted to make sure to have three swords main and then the one in the board just because I don't want to die to turn one lackey, which is a real problem if they have the nuts, or Hermit Druid or Weathered Wayfarer constantly getting more lands to blow up my lands because one of the things, and just like for example with this matchup, if my mana gets taxed, I lose. Like if I cannot cast my spells, because one of the things we need to be able to do with this deck is to be able to draw cards and then just find our engine pieces because we have the best draw engine in the game. Um, so I like having more swords. So I did have to shave a Sterling Grove. It is one of those things. Enchantress lists are very similar. A lot of the things that people debate is how many lands, 21, 22, or 23. If you're playing the 3/3 with Opalescence and Parallax Wave, which I am, you want to have four Sarah Sanctums to be able to cast your big white cards. Otherwise, it's just kind of sit in your hand for a while and they're terrible. So you want to make sure to have the mana to do that. And being able to do that is really good. Another thing people talk about are the lair lands, like the Trevor's Ruins, uh, things like that. People love those cards. I hate them because I'm tired of getting wastelanded. So I put in an extra fetch land. Um, is basically my thought process on that. Um, and currently, I'm still running only two Sacred Grounds. I've made some adjustments, obviously, for Eternal Weekend, but this is pretty close to what I still run. Still running 23. I love that much. I
Is
don't.
it common for only one replenish in the main?
Yes,
Okay. I
I've seen
wasn't,
some
yeah.
people running two and one in the board. I actually was planning on doing that at first at Eternal Weekend because I thought it was going to be a softer meta game. But after a drubbing early in in the first day of events, I was like, no, we're going back to the drawing board and going much closer to this list. And clearly that worked out since I top aided that one too.
Well, yeah, clearly you've got a good handle on this deck. Tell me your thoughts or your experience on like a Terra Oath matchup. Is it 50-50? Do you think they're favored because they're able to land an early sphere of resistance, they're able to use port, they're able to like wasteland your sanctum? What's your experience with that matchup?
My experience with the matchup, at least on the day with this list, I 2-1'd Nick in round one. But I also knew that there are cards that are just bad for me. Sphere of Resistance is nightmarish if I have to like slow myself down because I want to like the game plan here, of course, is to drop an anchor, which anchors are cards that get you advantage. Argothian Enchantress, Enchantress Presence, Miri's Guile, or Sylvan Library. So basically, like you have to mull to a hand that has that, and you have to be able to keep that, cast it, and then start generating card advantage from there. Is basically our game plan. If things are more expensive, then it's more difficult for you to get out and get your cards up. Now, exploration is great in helping with that because if you can draw some cards and play some more lands, you can get out ahead of their Winter's Grasp, their Thermocars, things like that. And having, if I remember correctly, it's what 7 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, having 9 basic lands is really good. But of course, if those start getting blown up, then my colored sources get a little weird. So it depends on if I can get out ahead or not.
Um, and for exploration, is that common? I mean, I could see that being super helpful in this matchup. Is it common to see Enchantress decks run four of them?
For the most part, yes. Exploration lets you have those absurd turns. If you have like 2 Enchantress in play, you like, all right, cast Exploration, draw two. Okay, play a land. Now I can cast the next spell. And then you just keep generating cards. And then, you're filling up your hand very quickly, casting all these cheap spells. If you can play more lands and then play another Exploration and draw more cards, and then your board state gets insurmountable at points.
Yeah.
So I love Exploration. Now it's a card that I am quick to cut sometimes. Over actually, Wild Growth is the card I'm quickest to cut, especially in this matchup. Spoiler alert: those come out so quickly because Wild Growth is atrocious against a deck that wants to port, waste, and blow up your lands because you are 2 for 1 in yourself if you're not drawing a card off of it. So it's real bad. So that is
So,
the easiest cut.
okay, so what? All four are gone?
Yes. Oh yeah,
Okay.
immediately.
What are you bringing in?
Okay. If I remember, okay. So here's a spoiler alert. I miss sideboarded
Okay.
for this matchup because I was exhausted and looking at my sideboard guide wrong. I wish I still had the original one. What I would bring in, uh, perfect knowledge. Again, it would certainly be the Sacred Ground, 2 auras, and the Source of Plowshares at the very least. I think the Solitary Confinement can also go away. For Replenish would probably be pretty safe because Naturalizes maybe. No, there wouldn't be a Tranquil Domain deck. That could be maybe the last thing I would bring in. Gaia's Blessing could be interesting as well, just getting some lands out of the graveyard and also to get them back into your deck so you can fetch into them if you wanted to. Um, but I don't exactly know what I would cut out of this current configuration. Maybe an opal would be safe to cut.
Yeah.
And like, actually, maybe
Well,
I'll just be one
yeah,
of this.
I think with that, I mean that's about all the questions I have before we get to the match. One last one, not about the deck, but about you ended up winning a pack of Urza's Destiny. I mean, we see it
Yeah.
right there on the screen. Did you crack it?
Oh yes. No. If you look at the A on the Magic, you can see the split in it. I
Oh, okay,
cracked that
cool.
sucker at the
I-
store. It was terrible. It was not worth. It was. I mean, if I was looking for value, I absolutely would have sold it. But I just wanted to crack it. Now it's still together because, of course, I want to have the last pack of Urza's Destiny I'll probably ever crack in my lifetime because that's awesome. But yeah, I kept that. Like
I mean,
and
obviously, like whenever we crack a pack like that, you always hope to like hit something good, but it's also it's like nostalgic, right? It's like you're doing this thing that you did, 25 years ago, right? And so
yeah.
it's this like weird moment in time. I mean, I love it. I can tell you, Gabe Menendez, I watched him open his Destiny pack, and when he hit a negator, right? Like how many Phyrexian negators are being opened to this day? It was a cool moment. But I mean, of course,
No.
I had to ask, and good on you for cracking it.
Oh yeah. No, I at this point I was just there for the fun. I mean, I've got all my trophies here, the stamped cards. If you noticed at the very top, I had my placard card signed by everyone in the top eight because, this was a great event. So
Well, I love I love getting the top eight picture, right? Which we did. We got that.
yes.
Um, because, in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it's like it's a trip to like look back at that, right? So yeah, that's awesome that you got all that signed. Um, okay, with that, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna find out. I mean, you're commenting your match, right? So are you
Yeah.
at the bottom or at the top?
I'm at the bottom there
Okay.
with that double sleeve nightmare. And I guess you cannot see him here, but Jeff Shuffett's actually over here too, giving us grief. We're actually giving each other a lot of nonsense. Let's see here. All right, exploration on one. And okay, this is a good start. So that's Amiri's Guile and a brushland. So this is a fantastic start for me.
Yeah, and so once again, Miri's Guile, that's during the upkeep, right? You look at the top three.
Yeah, it's a Sensei's Divine Top activation in the upkeep.
Perfect. Yeah, you were talking about sphere of resistance being, a worst nightmare. There it is.
Yeah, that is not what I wanted to see there because it's say, for example, I have like an Enchantress's Presence here in my hand. I can't play it unless I go land presence. But at that point, I have used one, two, three, four. I've got what, four in hand there. So I've had to use four or five. So I might have two cards left after I've obviously looked at the top cards in my library and kept one. But let's see here. And that port is also going to be problematic because it's just another free way for him to just keep me off my mana.
And there's a beautiful brushland, right? You said what,
Yes.
fifth edition with and there's your Sanctum.
Yeah, so we are on four mana now. Now, I'm I've got something I want to cast here because otherwise, it's probably going to be the presence. Because otherwise, like that sanctum is not happening anymore. Oh, okay. Oof.
Yep. There she is. There's an Argothian Enchantress.
Okay, so it's Argothian Enchantress. So I didn't have anything else to do, and I don't have another land because if I did, then I wouldn't.
Yeah. And
I
there's a
would not have
timely
played my turn.
wasteland, a timely
Yes.
wasteland by Austin.
Yep. Keep me
Upkeep.
off white here.
You're off white.
We're off white. There's the wild growth, which
Okay.
fortunately I get to draw a card off of it because otherwise it would have just been, oh, and we get the send the message attack, which I have done so many times.
I love
Wait,
to see
hold on.
it.
I apologized because probably was a little late to do that.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, he plays a port. He passes to you upkeep. He's tapping your wildly grown forest.
Yes.
Um, so I mean, you're not in Ponza prison yet, right? I mean, uh,
No, not yet. Fortunately, he's not been able to get too far ahead. He looks like he's stumbling on green mana a little bit.
yeah, you got to think if there's a second green, right? Maybe he just stone rains your forest.
Yeah, and just keeps me off that permanently.
Well, and also, sphere affects him as well. So he wouldn't
Yeah,
have even been able to cast that. So right now it looks like you have access to three mana.
yeah.
Um,
So I'm hoping for a seal cleansing here, to be completely honest.
yeah, there's a Sterling Grove, and you
Mhm.
draw a
Sterling
card.
Grove,
And that fetch was
which,
great, right? Because you shuffle away the Miri's Guile's, jank you don't want.
yes, and that's exactly why I play six fetches in this build, is because with four Miri's Guile and a Sylvan Library, um, you have the way to look at the top of your deck and just be like, no, I need to get this out of here.
Yeah. It looks like
He,
Austin fetched, took one, pass turn, and he's porting you on upkeep.
yes.
Um, you seem like you're in a healthy position, right? Because just because you've been able to cantrip.
Yeah, no, this is not a bad position for me to be in. Um, so Mirror's God was a point of contention for a while in this deck because it seems so honestly, it seems kind of mopey to just look at the top three cards of your library for a while until you realize like you can, you can manipulate your deck afterwards. So you can crack a fetch. If you're actually digging for something, then it's really good rather than, oh, there's another wild growth. So I am just trying to draw some more cards, giving him more targets. That's fun. Oh, there we go. There we go. I am making sure he knows I am attacking him for zero.
More insult than injury.
Yes. So clearly we have good banter going on there because otherwise I wouldn't be pushing a creature across the board like, hey, guess what? This is attacking you. Do you see this? Okay, now that's immediately going to stop with that factory on the table, but it was fun while it lasted. Yep, and I pull it back. Just to put an exclamation point on the I'm not doing this anymore.
It's interesting, right? So he fetched for that second green, which, probably the right answer, but right now, no access to red. So, if there's a pyroclasm, if there's an earthquake, you're not too scared of it at this moment. Uh,
Yeah. And he's only got one of each main. Let's see. Okay, Oath of Druids.
yeah, there's an oath. And
So what I can do here, and I guess I didn't, was I could have cracked the actually I can still do it if I float the green. I can crack the Sterling Grove using that green mana to go get an answer to something. Because like he taps, I float, then resolve the Mary's Guile, and then I can crack and go get something if I want to answer the Oath of Druids to make sure that I'm not about to get blown out by a gigantic terror.
cleanest answer is what? Seal cleansing?
Yeah, Seal of Cleansing. I've got three in the main, and I've got two RF Silence in the sideboard. If I yeah, okay, I see them over here. I've got my deck list on a okay, well there's Wave. So
And
that's
he hands you a little
that's
die
gonna
right there. Very kind of him.
yeah. So we'll trigger and draw. And now he's under the gun now, because if I draw an opalescence at any point, it's oh
Oh, there's a sanctum. And are we going to play an opalescence? Tap for 4.
six. There's two wild growth down there too.
Oh, sneaky wild gross. There it is. Tap for 6.
Yep,
Oh,
there's the opal. Yeah, and he just scoops it up. Because even though I can only hit him for like four there, it's gonna do. Yep. And I'm pulling the wild growths out right now. Here, you see what I'm sideboarding out right now? These are going away. You do not get to do this anymore.
yeah. Yeah, it's such a relief, right? When like, okay, these are just gone. I don't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'm going to press pause on the video. What do you think he's bringing in right now? And I mean, I don't
Let's
have
see here.
access to his list right now, but
Call of the Herds probably, you know what, actually. You say that I don't have access to his list.
I'm only on
But
one
I
screen. Yeah,
actually
you've got a better setup over there.
but actually I have got access to his sideboard guide because I borrowed that from him for a different one. So normally he likes to cut Sylvan Libraries and Oath of Druids versus this. And bring in some number of Call of the Herd, Naturalize, and Pyroclasm. Is usually his plan against Enchantress, so it's three library, four Oath, and then just the Call of the Herd seem weird until you think about how he wants to beat me down before I'm able to get out from his lock. There's an old idiom that a buddy of mine used to say. His name is Randy. He used to play workshops a bunch in Vintage, and the idiom is you want to lock them, then clock them, stop them from doing it, and then kill them as fast as possible or as quickly as possible. Excuse me, because otherwise they're going to escape from the lock, and then you're in a world of hurt. So
Man, yeah, Ben, we haven't talked too much, but I love your magic expressions. Like you're talking about like the anchors, right, that you like to see in different decks, locking and clocking them. I mean, this is good stuff. I enjoy hearing kind of like your philosophy on the game. Um, so you're feeling good, you're up a game.
yeah,
And it looks like, oh, he's got the Mox Diamond start. He pitches Glare. And a sphere of
Oh, okay. It looks like a Carplucent Forest and a wooded foothills
yeah, and he's
with
fetching.
a yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so that guarantees you have no turn one play, right?
correct. Yeah, I have zero turn one plays. So if he drops a land destruction spell, wait, no, he can't. But if he plays like a Wish It Import or something, or God forbid a Wasteland, I am sitting in the Stone Age.
Okay, so you go brushland. You pass. Yep, there it is. There's a wasteland. Oh goodness, another. If you have a basic, are you probably playing it? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
absolutely playing
Yep,
that basic
yep,
first.
yep. Okay. All right. It looks like wasteland number two. Oh my
Yep,
gosh.
and
Yeah,
there's the
this
pass.
this deck can do this. It's disgusting.
Yep, and we are on draw go.
We're under not the best
Yep,
type of Drago. I pressed pause on it really fast. Do you think that there's a guile in your hand? Like you keep
yes,
a two land hand and a guile, right? Like that.
absolutely.
All right. He plays a second factory. He pumps up. He bolts you. Um, oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah. Oh,
Wow.
hold on. We're on turn probably like four.
This is turn
I
four.
probably had to mulligan. Yeah, there we go. I probably had to mulligan too because I was on the draw and yep. Oh, hey, there were some lands on top.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it didn't matter. I was beyond dead at that point.
Yeah. Wow. That was fast.
Yeah, that was a non-game at that point, which is
Yeah, that
fine. Like these things happen. That's what happens in this matchup sometimes. If he gets that turn one sphere out, I am playing on the back foot, especially when he starts with two mana and can start dropping two drops on two when I can play one drops on my two. It's bad.
wow. And then, yeah, look at the difference right here, right? You're able to get two lands out before he's done anything. So
Hmm.
you got
Exactly.
exploration. There's a Mox Diamond, pitches Glare, and there's a library. So we kept the library in.
There might be one left
Okay.
in there. His list here says that he keeps one in, so he might
Okay.
have hit the one off, or he might have
Yeah,
changed his sideboarding plan. This was his sideboard plan for Eternal Weekend.
sure.
So
So you land an
still got the
Enchantress.
Enchantress. Yeah, it seems
No cantrip, right? Because your wild growths are gone. Um,
yes.
did he just draw two?
Yep. Yeah. That is the easiest draw two ever for him because what am I doing? Like if I get Opal down, cool, I can beat him with it, but that's a while away, and he needs to make sure to keep himself flush with cards.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, he just went untap, upkeep, take eight. Like just didn't even look, just drew three, which is absolutely his style of tomfoolery when it comes. Yep. And there's a winter's grass, probably losing the forest, I'm gonna guess, just because I
Oh,
can't. Nope.
he
He
hits
wants to
the,
keep me off
yeah, maybe
double
he
white.
wants to keep you off double white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
And I think he missed a, oh no, there you go. There's the land drop. Okay.
Yeah. He cracked a fetch.
Yeah. And so there's a guile. You draw, you're keeping up. Uh,
Yep. Yep. Send the message. Always send the message.
back for zero. And let's see if he's gonna double fire blast himself again.
Oh, I doubt that.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm sure there's an earthquake in there hiding, right? And so, yeah, you don't want to be too low. I guess he
Yeah, an
just he just
earthquake or
took the
power
one.
plow isn't gonna hurt.
Okay.
Yes. Yep,
There,
there's the earthquake for one.
there's the earthquake. Upkeep, yeah, keeps you off white. I wonder, did you look at the top three? I don't know if
Yeah, I have the top three there. I'm probably
you do. Okay.
unfortunately just the angling, like I certainly have the cards in one hand
Yeah.
from for
Oh,
the
there it is.
guy
Okay.
that you see me set them back down.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
just kind of like, oh, the other way around. Yeah, but
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
You got
And
three
we're
in
not casting
hand.
a spell.
Yeah. Sylvan just showing off right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the time where I wish I had Sylvan. But it happens. There's a running joke with Austin and I when we were original when this card was getting talked about a lot in the Discord. One of the things Rich called it was that terrible cat card, which is it's certainly it's really good actually. I quite enjoy it, and he's come around on it too, as far as I can tell. But it's certainly one of those cards you look at and you're just like, God, how is this any good? And then you realize it works with fetch lands, and you can, if you're actually digging, it's kind of like Ponder versus Preordain. Oh, Ponder lets you see four cards, because you can shuffle afterwards to try and draw. So if you're digging deeper, that's the card you want to see more than Preordain, because Preordain shows you three cards at most.
Well, we saw Scary Terry arrive, then he went to
Yeah.
the fields. I think he gained 4, and now we're
Yes, he
seeing
gained
another
4.
Terry. Um, and yeah, I mean he's holding off the snowball, right? I mean, there's just no engine
Yeah,
going.
exactly. I get card selection right now. I'm not getting card advantage, which the card selection is still better than nothing. But yeah, I'm spinning my wheels a little bit right now. What what is it?
A master's cut right there.
He's just being difficult to be difficult.
All right, upkeep, taps your brush land. We got a gal trigger. Um, let's see. Yeah, what are we looking for here? I mean, a presence to kind of get things moving, a wave to hold off Terry for a little bit. Um,
Yes, yes to both of those, to be completely honest. Those are the cards that I would certainly be digging for right now, just because I'm digging for some action. Replenish actually would be terrible because I have no enchantments in the graveyard. But at least it's not messing with my mana at this point.
there's a presence.
There's the presence.
All right,
And
Terry
here,
appears to be a 5/5.
yes. There's one, two fetches, and a yeah, 5.
Okay. You have 2 in
Yeah,
hand,
so
and he takes
I
he takes 4. There's a fire blast. Taps
two
3.
Thermacars probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hitting the brush land. And oh,
And
it got a little bigger. It's a 6/6.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
good
he can probably
timing.
take me off double white, I'm guessing.
Wow, what a play. Goodness. Yeah, port showing out.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm digging for a Swords to Plowshares, to be honest, because I am struggling.
Okay.
Okay.
That can tap for 4. Man, that had to feel good ripping that.
It did. Now
Um,
let's hope. Oh, tell me I didn't pass turn.
yeah, it looks like he did. I mean, clearly, if you had the goods, you would have played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that
Would it have been
Sanctum.
smarter for me to hold that now that I think about it?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I'm questioning this decision now.
Oh man.
However, that was a long day with delicious pizza, by the way. I cannot stop. I cannot talk about that without also saying, "Hey, you fed us." So
Shout out to Taroni's, one of Evansville's finest. It's a staple. Um, yeah, I mean it's probably like 7 p.m., right? Um, so
yeah,
maybe you played it so that you could plow Terry.
yes, yeah. That makes more sense now.
Okay. Okay. See, even exhausted, right? There's some rational decisions. Appears to be a call of the herd, upkeep. He
Yes,
he is
he's probably getting a token out.
yeah.
There we go.
What is that, like a $12 token?
Yeah, the pre-modern tokens are silly.
They are. Okay, there's an aura of silence, and you put an end to factory or to
Yeah,
library.
to
Um,
library. However, the damage is well done at that point.
right. But I mean,
Like
think
it
about
feels
it.
to me
Like,
like I've stabilized here, but it is unfortunate because Oh, him not tapping out to attack with more creatures is not something I like to see.
So he's got decision, right? He chose not to activate Treetop. He could call back call.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
Now the if he blows up,
Oh, there's another call to herd.
okay,
And upkeep. He,
taps down the white.
yep. Yeah, I mean this is the chance to drop a
Yeah,
wave and make those
this
tokens go away forever.
yeah, this is it. This is the turn that's like, well, okay, so I'm cracking a fetch, so I do not have a wave on top. So now it's just one of those. We're at Hail Mary now.
Oh, so that was a crack during upkeep, right?
Yes,
Okay. Yep, because with Mary's Guile, you can get priority before your draw step and see something new.
exactly.
Cool.
So you can see him moving his cards like, all right, here's this, and it has to be wave here, because even Swords to Plowshares doesn't do it because he's got Treetop and Mishra's Factory. So I am Opal kind of gets there because I have some blockers, but it's a real rough
Oh,
spot.
look at you peel it. Look at you peel
The
it.
slow, it's the slow and the handshake.
Well,
Uh,
good games. Good
yeah, no,
games.
these were good games indeed. And importantly, I didn't see any glaring rules violations out of him, so I can't give him shit later for cheating me out of the finals. So
Well,
uh, this is
I
the
had
most unfortunate part of this whole conversation. I was hoping to get some ammunition just to really rub it in, but he did it cleanly. So
well, we're seeing his sideboard here, and you nailed it. Three calls, two naturalizes. Um, there's your aura. There's your aura number two, plow.
or swords. Is this where I just look through my deck and go, why didn't I grab the seal cleansing? Or not seal cleansing, sacred ground? Yeah, this is gonna be and here's me grab my sideboard.
Wow.
And let's see if I toss that sucker right on the table right quick, going, hey, guess what I forgot to bring in? And of course,
Ah!
there's the sacred ground right out of the sideboard. And I think at this point I'm laughing and like, well, let's just throw it on the table anyways and see if the whoever Hobby gets doing commentary goes, what's that doing there? So it's me. I'll make fun of myself. I'm self-aware enough for that.
As we should. I mean, I think magic and pre-modern and probably life in general is better when we can make fun of ourselves
Oh, exactly.
and never take ourselves too seriously. I gotta say, um, I watched Austin in the finals, right? And I mean, he can play. My goodness, both of you guys can play.
Oh,
Um,
he's a smart cat. Very good at what he does. He picked up Enchantress for Eternal Weekend. The same 75 I had. We worked on the sideboard guide together. I went 5-0 double draw. He went 4-1 or 5-1. Tried to figure out if he could draw into the top eight. Couldn't, and lost in a nail biter against the four color Terra all right, Cataclysm Terravor, uh, Terrageddon, there we go,
yeah,
deck, and like that made it to the finals of that event. So
yeah,
very good at what he does. So it's 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 not the best matchup, I don't feel like, and he's a good player. So worst player with the deck, I may have been able to squeak by, but he kept that pressure on, and just with those creatures beating my face in as quickly as possible, I just looked at my life total and went, oh, I have a turn to draw a wave, and that's it.
yeah. I mean, whenever you mention taking out Oath for the calls, like at first glance, it's like, well, you want Oath, right? Because they have to play the Enchantress. But it's like, yeah, the more I think about it, and then having just watched it, it's like, no, you need to start beating down as soon as possible, and
Mhm.
just play the creatures and get going. And His port game was really impressive, right? I never saw him ever like forget to port. Um, his selection on which lands to blow up were good. Um, I mean, you guys had a heck of a match.
Yeah, he came in with a plan and executed it very well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Ben, heck of a run. Top four in a 58 person event.
Oh
That is
yeah, no, it was a great time.
that's really impressive. Before we sign off, any shout outs, anything you want to tell the viewers about your scene, your squad, anything like that?
I mean, shout outs to everyone from the Louisville crew that did well. We did what, half the top eight, if I remember correctly. If I remember, it was Jeff, Brad, Austin, and myself made it in the top eight. Jeff and Brad got knocked out in the top eight, and then Austin and I had friendly fire in the top four. And shout outs to everyone in the top eight. Like they were all pleasant people to chat with and play with. Although that my Enchantress mirror in the top eight was just exhausting, but that's because it's the Enchantress mirror. Which, oh goodness, if you have not watched that or played, you've not played Enchantress, but it can get very exhausting. I've played it a couple times. There's a video on YouTube of me playing against Chris Tlar, um, in a Facebook monthly in the top eight of that, and it was oof, it was a rough match. I got there off. He had very bad draws, and I had very bad internet connection, so it's not a great watch. But uh, it was, and actually that's the reason why I was in the Enchantress Discord, because I started chatting with him after that, and he's like, "Hey, let me get you in here." Like, yes, please.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. So.
yeah. Chris is
So
awesome.
shout out to Lulu, shout out to the Enchantress Discord, anyone that helps out there. They're all great over there. Shout out to you again. Like I said at the beginning, the event was wonderful. That like it hits the community level of pre-modern the way that it needs to be done. Like, don't get me wrong, Eternal Weekend was great. 111 players getting run by Card Titan. I had fun doing that, obviously. Price support, blah blah blah. But this definitely hit more the fun, casual, the door prizes, the food, just everyone being, just sitting around having fun, playing cards with their friends. It sort of scratched that itch, and it was a great time. So,
Well,
um,
I
just for
appreciate
the
that.
viewers at this point, like, hey, if you have a chance to come out to the Evansville Eternal Open next year, do not sleep on it. That it capped it was supposed to cap at 60, right? So we just barely, or was it 64? I can't.
I think it was 64. I think it was
Okay.
64. And there was a moment a couple of days before where I'm like, are we gonna get there? Um, yeah, I appreciate that. Going to LobsterCon 2022, right? I've been 4 years in a row. I was like, okay, how can I take this, right? This perfect event with this perfect mixture of casual and competitiveness, and we're all here to like enjoy each other. How can I take this locally? And that's I decided to finally go for it. And because of crews like the Louisville team, the Dragon's Den team, uh, people new to pre-modern giving it a shot, we were able to create that. And so,
Yeah.
I hope to run it back. Um, and and yeah, I appreciate that, and goodness knows we'd love to see you. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, and absolutely. Like I said, we will if you have it, we will be there again. If I remember correctly, you were posting about that. You were posting about that for months. You were working as hard as you could to promote and to get everyone you could. So you busted your ass to get people. If I remember correctly, I think I was out taking someone to the doctor and sitting in the doctor's office going, "Oh, there's an event in Evansville? Sure, screw it. I'll sign up early, whatever." And had a wonderful time. I love the playmat, by the way. That is just the playmat that is at my webcam station for playing games. And then my little wall of trophies. I've got my top four Thermacar sitting there, along with just a couple other things. The clairvoyance also, I still have that, and I use the basic land. So I know everyone in the area still uses the stamped cards from there because it's cool to have.
Yeah. Yeah, they're artifacts, right? They are artifacts that will age with us. And
Oh yeah.
they signal back to a moment in time. So yeah, I'm optimistic. I mean, I think I announced it in Christmas, so by 7 months before, because it's all about notice, right? Like we all just need good notice. So that way you can
Yes.
plan, you can prep, you can look forward to, you can talk about it with others. When events spring up, like 3 weeks beforehand, like that's when it gets difficult. Uh,
Yes.
so yeah, I hope to make an announcement reasonably soon. Um, but
I mean, I hope you get to make that announcement too, because I'll beat this dead horse for as long as I can. Great event, great store, great everything. Great job on the playmat, by the way. Like I said, it was wonderful. I love the artwork.
yeah,
Ken Myers Jr. did a fantastic job.
shout out to Ken.
I
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that was wonderful. I know a lot of the guys in the area was like, that's why we want to go out. Like, we don't really care about the prize support or anything. Like, it's what, $20, like it was what, $40 if I remember correctly. 20. So we paid $20 for a play mat and donated $20 to charity, and then we got to play Magic all day, eat pizza, and some of us got prizes. Hell yeah, yes, I will pay that cost all day, every day. I will pay. I will donate $20 to charity to go sit around, eat pizza, and meet up with people in the community, make friends, things like that. Like,
Yeah.
Javi, I've never spoken to you before the Evansville Eternal Open, but just standing around, I saw you running the event. I was like, I gotta say hi to the tournament organizer, like, and then also give you the guff for pairing me against my friends, 3/4 of the first rounds, but that was just for fun.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a deep scene. It's deep scene in the Midwest, and it's just all about connecting the folks, right?
Yeah.
2 hours from Evansville, there are a lot of people that like pre-modern. And so it's just about getting them together. So um, with that, Ben, thanks again for joining me. Thanks again for your match. Congratulations on your run. And happy birthday. Go crack some magical related goodie, right? Maybe some pack or some pickup. You deserve it.
I may have to actually go buy a booster pack for my birthday, just crack it so I can have a good little celebration. But thank you for having me, and this was a fantastic time.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Ben. We'll talk soon.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, bye.